What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Leela. Doing things a little different today. I'm not going to be holding the camera in my hand. I set it up to where you can see me and I can see myself. Let me just tell you something. Being Leela Emerald Wyford is, what can I say? It's difficult. One day you're feeling like you can take on this thing called life, and the next day you're crying in despair, wondering why these things are happening to you. And I'll be real, today I'm really going crazy because it was my sister's birthday yesterday, and of course you get on Facebook and you say happy birthday and yada yada yada. You start scrolling down their pictures to try to get a picture of yourself and them so you can say, happy birthday, this is us together, whatever. Well, let me tell y'all how social services knocked on my door. All right, let me back it up for you. Let me just back it up to 2015. That's the best I can do for anybody. And back in 2015, I had my house on, what the fuck was that street called? Monroe and Newport News. It was off Denby Boulevard. Denby. Woo doo woo woo. My children were going to Rich Neck Elementary School, and life was okay. Life was good. We had just got back from California. I'd spent 3 years out there, and I wanted to come home. I wanted to be with my family, wanted to be with my sister. So I get my cousin's place. She helped me get it. Got 7 kids. Well, at that time I had 6 kids. So it's a little hard trying to get a place, Well, my cousin fucked up and her kitchen caught fire and she didn't want to live there no more. So her and her husband and her kids and boyfriend moved out. Yes, I said husband and boyfriend. Sure did. Well, anyways, so they moved out. And I was like, all right, just some fire damage. It was in the kitchen. Everything was still working properly in the house. There wasn't like smoke. There wasn't, the house was clear. All right. Only thing that was wrong with the kitchen was the floor because of the damage, because it was a grease fire. So I said, okay, whatever. So, we're living there and it's a nice place. It's, it's a 3-bedroom house, got a deck in the back, fully fenced in yard. What else? Had a den and a living room. I'm talking about, it was good because I made the den into a playroom. So it was nice. Well, my landlord tells me that he wants to fix the damages of the house. Okay. I spoke with him. He understood that me and my cousin traded leases and it was fine because I was paying, I was upfront, and I did everything that I could possible. All right. So he tells me, hey, move out for 3 months. I'll fix the house and I'll still rent from you. I'll still get you to rent from me. Me being stupid, me not looking up laws, me not looking up what landlords are supposed to do for tenants or any of that, I agreed to it. He was supposed to put me up in a hotel. He was supposed to put me and my family in another property. Well, none of that happened. I ended up moving in with my sister because the agreement was supposed to be that my landlord fix up this place and me and my family is supposed to move back in. That was the agreement. Okay, so we all moved in with my sister. Let me back it up though. A few months prior to that happening, my sister was between places. She was moving out of another place and she was trying to find a place. So I let her boyfriend, her dog, her turtles, her fish come live with me. Okay? I'm not gonna see you out on the street. There ain't no reason why. I got a house, come live with me. That's what family does. Well, her and her man and her dog is staying with us, and her dog, which is a female, kept humping my twins. I'm talking about all the time, to where it bothered me so much. I went ahead and went on Facebook. I went on Craigslist looking for a mate for my sister's dog. And I found one, and it was in Hampton, and it was off of Seward Drive. It was, I was familiar with the neighborhood. So we went and we picked up Rocky. I figured the dog must want to get its groove thing on. So we got a dog, another dog. You know what I mean? I didn't know that humping is a way of showing dominancy, but I really don't know how to correct an animal because, I don't really fuck with animals. I'm not saying that I don't like animals, so don't think that, oh man, she's an animal hater. No, not at all. I just don't know how to handle an animal. I don't have animals. I don't fuck with animals. You know what I mean? So I figured, the dog just needed a mate. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Moving forward now. So we're at my sister's house. She's living off of Warwick Boulevard. School's about to start. My children are allowed to go to Rich Neck Elementary because I told them what was going on with my landlord, and they had a bus sent out to Warwick Boulevard to come pick up my 3 children that was going to school there. Well, anyways, so my baby was bit by the dog. All right, Zion, not Valentino, Zion, the twin. And it was just a gash. I mean, it was like a nick, and he required 3 stitches. Well, I was tired because Valentino was, teething at the time. He was a baby. He was just, things were just fussy. I was with, my children in the ER. We had to deal with that. I had to deal with that. I had to leave. I had to go home. I had to cook dinner. I had to do my motherly duties. Okay. So baby kept me up all night. I was already in the hospital with Zion. I needed a break. So I asked my sister, I said, hey, I need to take a nap. You're up. Can the kids go sit with you? Make sure you leave the dog in the crate. All right. So she agreed. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on the kids. Go ahead. Yada, yada. I lay down not even 10, 15 minutes. And my sister's screaming. And I stand up immediately. Like, you didn't have to wake me up. I got up. I jumped up. I just knew in my soul something was wrong. But I didn't expect to see what I was going to see. All right. And what I saw was my baby's face from his eye, underneath his eye, to right about here, all the way down. And it was like a little, a Y. It was like a Y up by his eye. I almost got his whole eye. And I take him. He's my kid. I take him, and I'm putting pressure on his face. I'm trying to keep it together. There's no time to call an ambulance. She's actually right by Riverside Hospital because we was on Warwick Boulevard. So I don't know where my keys are, like always. She gives me Billy's Jeep keys, which I've never drove his Jeep. Nothing. I was frantic. We're on Warwick Boulevard. If y'all don't know Warwick Boulevard, it has it has 8 lanes of traffic. It's 4, and then there's a median, and then there's 2 more. He had to stop traffic. I'm near, Warwick High School, and the high school, and the hospital's right there. So we're like in the middle, all right, of Warwick Boulevard. He's stopping traffic. I get out, and I pull into the hospital. At this time, I'm driving. He's holding Sebastian. She has my other children, and she has the dog in the bathroom, and she has the SPCA on the way to pick up the dog. We go, and we're driving in, and then there's these two fucking guys that were just sitting there, like standing there in the middle of the fucking parking lot. I'll never forget these motherfuckers if I ever see them in my life. I should have ran them over, dude. Like, they were so fucking ignorant. I had blood in my hair. My fucking son's face is like off, and it's crazy because somebody recognized me from the church that I went to, and she was like, "Oh, Mom, I'm here because my dad had a minor stroke," and she was like, "Your son," and she saw my son, and she saw them take me back, and I said, "Please pray for my baby," and we sat there for hours, and then we get transported to CHKD in Norfolk. And then from there, we're waiting even longer, and they keep coming in, and they're cleaning his face, and they're waiting for the plastic surgeon to get there. And, they stitch him up, and I take him home. Okay. He's on medicine. I make sure that no dogs are around him at no fucking point in time. And I'm just cleaning him, and I'm making sure he's okay. And, that is what anybody would fucking do, right? So, all right. My whole agenda is I gotta get my kids the fuck up out of here. All right. At this point in time, I'm thinking, damn, I gotta get out of here. So I went down to Loan Title Max, and I put a loan on my truck. I rented from Mercury Property Management for several years. So they knew me, I knew them, I knew I had an outstanding balance with them. But if I could just explain, then they would give me another shot. They knew that my brother was shot and killed in downtown Hampton. They knew that the police did it. They understand my reasoning for leaving. So we came up with a plan to where I can pay for those damages from my last spot, because I did leave. I just left. I vacated. And if I could just go ahead and get another house from them, it was like an emergency situation. I told them that I did have the children, and Mr. Murphy, he was cool with it. He told me to look at two houses. I went to both houses. I picked out the one on Glenwood because of the area, because it was a nice area. It was a nicer of the two. So sad. It breaks me down, people. Let me continue with the story. So I'm like, okay, all right, at this time, I already know that we're going to transition to go to this house. We just had to cross some T's, dot some I's, and I could be in there. But until the meantime, okay, I had to still be at my sister's house. So during the wait, my sister is still handling business as usual. She's working at AII, I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure or AII or some bullshit. It's some initials. Well, anyways, so she's working at insurance company place for cars. Okay, so she's meeting people, whatever, and people have to come in, I guess every yearly or maybe every 6 months. I really don't know how they do it, but they come in for inspections. Okay, they ask, how's your boss doing? How is everything going at work? And he got a bad review. And I guess they name shouted my sister. And he knew that a month prior, two of my sons just got dog bites. So this happened in September. A CPS worker didn't come until the end of October. Okay, so CPS didn't knock on the door until October. And you know what they said to me? That since I was in the home, I explained to them like I'm explaining to you, but since I was in the home, I had to be charged with child neglect. I didn't go in front of a judge with that or anything. CPS is allowed to charge you with child neglect, which is crazy because I didn't even get to fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, boom, charge on my record right there. Child neglect. All right? So, which makes no fucking sense to me because I'm not the dog. So it's okay for one of my kids to have a dog bite, but not two of the kids. Not that I, told this dog to fucking attack my baby, because I would never do that. And it's crazy because it's all like, who the fuck is making these judgment calls? How can it be child neglect when it was clearly a fucking accident? And even if you wanted to charge somebody with child neglect, why did you charge me when I told you someone else was watching my child? All my kids. And she even verified it. But since I was in the home, I had to be charged. Although we put the dog down, the dog is not living, not to bite another fucking child. Okay? So, I just started thinking today, like, how everybody's life is the complete, it's like their life is getting better. Like that dude Jet, like, look at him, he got a new job, his kids are getting older, he's okay with his ex-wife, he's fucking engaged to another beautiful woman. I had nothing to do with this man losing his job. And he was mad at someone else and cost me my kids in the long run. Nobody from the hospital called CPS. The doctor didn't call CPS. I even sued. I sued the fucking landlord. My son Sebastian is set. That boy, if he don't want to get a career, he don't have to. Because he's set for life. Like with Zion, when I got the settlement for him, it was only $5,000. Sebastian got so much more. And it's put in a savings for him. And I told him when the lawyer called me and told me to come down there and showed me all that money that Sebastian has, I said, baby, you're rich. And he broke my heart. He was like, I'm Batman, Mom. And I was like, in a fucking weird way, you are. In a weird way, you are. They want to label me some fucked up, scary person. And I'm not her. I'm not her. And it's sad because I had nothing to do with that guy losing his job. And then, they say you reap what you sow, or the devil's always trying to get you. Look at what he did to Job or Job or however the fuck you want to say his name. Although he got blessings in the long run, imagine that man's hurt. His despair, you hear it all the time on the news. A firefighter just lost all his kids in a fire. How tragic is that? But that's when loyalty and faith comes in. Is to know that these are the worst days of my life. But it's going to get better. It's got to. It's got to get better than this. I'm devastated for my kids. Y'all probably wondering why does she always act a fool up here? Why is she always crying? Why is she always upset? I'm upset because life is not fair to any of us. It's not fair. It wasn't designed to be fair. It wasn't designed to be fair. And we wonder why, the person gets to walk off with a minimum sentence, or we wonder why this happens. I get it. We're supposed to be drawn more to God because we need him in our life. We need him to make this okay. But he already knows the answers. We don't know the answers. That's why we have to grasp for hope that tomorrow will be better. That our life can somehow be okay. And it's hard. The devil comes in many shades, many forms, many different people. I'm learning that. Judges, lawyers, neighbors. But then you got good people. Bums, janitors, people that work at KFC. Not everybody's bad and not everybody's fucking good. But damn it, what did I have to do with you losing your job? What did I do? Jet? It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to know the facts about life. You know what the fact is? The fact is that I haven't had a normal relationship with my children in almost 4 years. That's a fact. The fact is that I haven't seen them. I haven't sent them off to school. I haven't kissed them goodnight. I haven't said good morning. Do you know how bad I miss that? Do you know how bad I miss creeping into their rooms at night just to cover them up or give them a little kiss or to look at their foot? Right? Weird shit, right? But it's because I was grateful for my babies. I was grateful for my kids. You'll never understand. When I had Mikkel, it was like the most beautiful thing in the world to me. Like, everything happened for this moment, you know? Like, I couldn't even sleep. Like, I was watching him breathe in and out. Like, it was each kid, each child, each of my sons, each of my kings is a blessing. Like, there's just, I miss them. I miss them. I really do. Everything about my kids. An army of wifers. An army of one. An army of me. I didn't do anything for this. I miss them. And I know they miss me. My children didn't deserve this. I don't deserve this. It drives me insane. This is what happens. You think about your issues all day long. This is fucked up. Okay. My hair feels extra soft today because your bitch took a shower. I'm gonna let y'all know. Depression gets the best of you, but you still gotta be a normal person. You still gotta get up and eat healthy, take your vitamins, exercise. I forgot all about all of that shit. Okay, so that's why I keep on racking on the weight. Mama got back and some. And I need to lose it because I hate having 25 motherfucking chins, okay? So, I gotta work on me, which is so hard to do, but I got hope. They said all you need is a mustard seed of hope, right? You can move mountains. I pray and I hope I get to see my babies soon. I get to see my kids soon. But I shouldn't have to pray and hope when I know I'm a good mom.